The video here is that I am putting on the petroleum jelly or the Vaseline on my feet, and one of my buddies was asking me today if I am feeling any, or if I'm noticing any like any changes in the skin or anything like that, and I'm not really noticing any changes in the skin. One thing that's kind of interesting to me is that on my left leg there's not as good circulation because the femur head has been removed, and they did that muscle flap into the void that was created by the femur head removal on my left side, and so the circulation is worse on my left side than it is on my right side. And also, whenever you land on the left side of your head, then you get more paralysis on the right side of your body, which precludes saying that there is decreased blood circulation on the right side of my body. So if the blood circulation on the right side of my body is really, really bad, then the blood circulation on my left side must be really, really bad, because what I'm noticing is that I'm getting scars, cuts, bruises, tears, rips, cuts, things like that. I'm getting them on my left foot and not so much on my right foot. My right foot, I was clipping my toenails earlier in this video, and my right foot, my right nails look a lot better than the nails of my left foot. So that's kind of interesting. I guess, initially the thing that pops out in my head is that I got a call today from my infectious disease doctor about my swelling, and my infectious disease doctor is going to hand over the reins or the baton of my swelling on my left buttock, or my ischium tuberosity infection. He's gonna hand over the reins to the orthopedic surgeon that I saw, that told me that it's probably that my infection is probably, or my swelling is probably a bursitis, comes from, it's like a Baker's cyst. Usually people get Baker's cysts on their knees, and usually they get the Baker's cysts whenever they're older. They're like 60 or 70 years old. They usually get Baker's cysts on the back of their knees. And one of the things about the Baker's cyst, the way that they can remedy that is to drain it, and then they drain it every once in a while, and then it's okay. But the thing about it is, the thing about bursitis is bursitis is like a sac, and the sac goes in between your bone and your soft tissue, and so that sac is like a lubricant. It is a lubricant. It doesn't allow shear too much from two surfaces rubbing against each other. It kind of decreases decreases the impact or the friction between the bone and the soft tissue, tendon, muscle, whatever is right next door to the bone. But what the bursitis is okay. It's a bursa sac is what you normally have. Everybody has bursa sacs in their body and that go in between their bone and some kind of soft tissue of their body. And the bursitis means that the bursa has been inflamed or is pissed off, and when the bursa gets inflamed or pissed off, then the bursa sac fills up with fluid, and whenever the bursa sac fills up with fluid, then it makes it even harder for the bone and the neighboring soft tissue to glide against each other smoothly. So it just compounds and it gets worse and worse and worse, and that's why it creates this huge sac, which is I've heard them, I think someone said up to 2 inches in size. Although the one on my backside feels like it's pretty close to 2 inches already. It's pretty darn huge. My orthopedic surgeon went in there with a needle and he took out about 50 cc's, which is equivalent to about 1 ounce of fluid. He said there is about 500 cc's in there still. Well, there's about 500 cc's in there total. So there's probably about 1 pint or probably about 17 ounces of fluid in my backside, just kind of here and there and wherever. He also said that the Baker's cyst or the bursitis in my backside is not the fluid. I thought that the fluid would just go into it, would get reabsorbed by my body and I would piss it out, but he said no, that's not really happening. It's going to the fluid is gathering in your backside, but then it's not getting reabsorbed by your body. It is finding another more easier place to hang out. So if there's a neighboring sac or a neighboring void or something that there's no pressure, there's nothing on it, there's no friction or anything like that, the fluid is just going to travel over there and it's going to hang out and it's just going to pool over there. It's just going to be cool. It's not going to do anything. He took I found out today from my infectious disease doctor that he talked to my orthopedic surgeon doctor, and my infectious disease doctor told me today that there wasn't any infection in the 50 cc's that the orthopedic surgeon withdrew a few days ago. I think it was Thursday. So